I put the backdrop there, so hopefully you still have enough room.
Okay.
So if you have noticed that.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yep. I put it there Saturday so for anybody when y'all come in, y'all can y'all do y'all live, they can like really like see it and not see the window.
Okay.
You got a minute left.
See, that's what she said. Your dollar and your vote.
30 seconds. No 20 seconds.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right, family. Yours truly, Antonio Lipscomb, and we're back in the studio. Black Power presents on this wonderful, wonderful holiday. Just want to give a shout out to all those who may have been wounded, and also want to celebrate those who gave their life in battle for this country, for our safety. And so, wonderful, wonderful day we're having this Memorial Day. Just making sure that we honor those who committed their lives, and also for those who are wounded in battle. Look like I got Dr. Brown. Dr. Brown, are you with me here today? Hey, hey, man. Hey, Dr. Brown, it's always such a pleasure to have you help me co-host this show. And he don't like me saying it, but I feel like he's a living legend. But y'all don't tell nobody, okay? He don't like me saying that. But all right, Dr. Brown. And we also have Ricky Cease, my assistant pastor, will be joining us. Dr. Brown, I almost had a special guest with me, Marshawn Wiley, which is doing a wonderful job working with social status for Black males, and then also Tony Mason, which is over the Urban League, and we will look to have them later on next week. Make sure you tune in next week. We're going to have Dr. Virginia Kane. She's committed to be with us to give us a report health-wise, because, Dr. Brown, I get confused, man. The 1 minute I got to wear my mask, next minute I don't have to wear my mask, and then somewhere in between. So we just got to figure out, okay, when is it appropriate to wear a mask, when it's not, how open is the state, how open is Indianapolis, and deal with this COVID thing that's really taking a toll on a lot of people, Dr. Brown. What do you think about that? Mm-hmm. 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 Right. Right. It's a catch-22. There it is, Doc. That's by my good friend, Dr. Brown. He's gonna keep it real with y'all 100%, as the young people would say. Hey, I got Pastor Ricky on the line. He's my good friend, Pastor Ricky. You there with us, Pastor Ricky? Good evening. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, well, Dr. Brown, uh, Ricky. We got a little background, Ricky, but he's done a great job working with our church. Him and his wife, they do a phenomenal job. They're into finances, okay? And one of the main things we did was we worked on our church in relations to services and incorporating this ideal of talking about financial literacy. I think that is very important because oftentimes we speak about violence, we speak about um, the lack of grocery stores and food deserts and etc. But I think one of the things that strike us the most is the fact that when it comes to getting loans or getting access to the wealth of this city, as far as grants and whatnot, seems as though uh, it's very, very difficult for us to get that. And I'm going to get into that conversation in a moment because Dr. Brown, we did talk about off the air, talk about this economic problem. But before we go to this economic problem, I got two things I want to say. I want to give my deepest condolences to one of our great mentors, Dr. Fishy Lyons. We want to ask that you all will continue to pray for Dr. Lyons' family and all those who were connected to him intimately. A lot of us consider Dr. Lyons as to be a mentor to us. I would call him often and talk with him, and he always made me smile, man. He's just that type of genuine guy that I appreciate it and confidence I just believed in the words that he would share to us behind the scenes, and so we do give our deepest condolences to him and his family. Uh, the other thing I want to talk about, Dr. Brown, that I think that stands out like a sore thumb, these homicides, man. Oh my God. I mean, oh my goodness, the homicide problem here in Indianapolis. Uh, I think that when I was speaking about this, and Pastor Ricky was there on Sunday, and we had some statistics, and I believe the youngest of the homicides is 8, and the oldest, I believe, is over 70. I think it's around 76, where uh, even 76-year-olds are getting killed here in the city. Even the 8-year-olds, and then they said the common age is between 18 and 30, is what they said. Now, here's the alarming problem, Dr. Brown. They said if you was to pull the African American male out of the statistic and separate it from the other groups, it said that the African American males would still have a percentage that's greater than the whole. So the African American male is killing at alarming rate one another, um, and it surpasses all the other groups. And so, if we ever needed a time to heal and ask, each other for forgiveness and be willing to critically think before we respond, I think this is the time to do it. We need to talk about how we deal with anger, Dr. Brown, before we talk about that area of economics, because you can have much money as you want to, but if you're dead, it don't mean very much. If you're dead, you can't spend it if you're dead. Amen. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Keep it plain. Killing. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Killing. Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm. Okay. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Human killing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm. Thou shalt not kill. That's right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Mm-hmm. Mm. Right. 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 Well, that's a good point, Dr. Brown. Now, one of the things I also learned from one of our late great mentors, which I got a little chance to talk with him sometime, Amos Brown. I wasn't able to have as much of a relationship like I have with you that I have with him, but I had an idea, and I was like, look like we need to start registering people to vote all across the state. And he said, look, you need to concentrate on Indianapolis. He said, just keep your focus on Indianapolis. And so, yeah, yeah, and I appreciate that, and I respect it too, because this broadcast, I ever actually advertised in Northeast uh, of Indianapolis, but I know that this broadcast don't go that far. I had to go to another station to get that message out to those people in the Northeast. But this does go over the internet, so hopefully somebody will pick it up outside of Indianapolis. But here's the thing, Dr. Brown. Me and you both live on the east side of Indianapolis. Indianapolis east side is the highest area for homicides. And yeah, yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. We both do. We both share in that. And it's been declared on the east side of Indianapolis is the worst area of the homicides. And it also, the statistics stated that black men in this east side is the leading group of all groups combined that are committing this murder. So I had to say, okay, well, what is it about black men killing each other in a particular area? Why is the number so high in this zip code or this area than it is, or this side of town, than it is on other sides of town? And that really intrigues me. Hey, Pastor Ricky, what's going on, Doc? You all right? And we've been talking about this thing for a minute, man. And I preached a sermon this Sunday, and it was talking about Jacob and Esau, and when Jacob thought that he was going back home he had a risk factor there because he thought his brother was going to kill him. So he began to divide everything that he had by two. Hopefully he would escape because he heard Esau was coming with 400 men. And lo and behold, Esau did not exercise his power authority to take his brother out. Instead, he embraced him and they both wept. And the sermon topic was called Let It Go. A lot of these young men, I believe, without knowing how to properly process when they have been wronged, they feel as though they need to go take vengeance into their own hands. And all the messaging when it comes to the social media, the songs, the movies, everything is teaching that is right to take that Glock and shoot them 1,000 times, as many bullets you can get in them. Look at how proud I am with me holding my Second Amendment right, automatic weapon, and discharging it into individuals because either A, they've been contracted to do it, or they are the ones who are mad about the situation. Either way, the commonality of it is that it leads to someone's death. What do you think about that? Pastor Ricky, you still with us? What do you think? What do you think about that? Mhm. Mhm. Right. Mhm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, over and over. Yes, yes. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's very alarming. Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's very good, Pastor Ricky. Very well spoken. Dr. Brown, you all, I mean, you've been here a while, and we still, from when we look at comparisons to you, we still pups on the porch because you know, and I always tell some of the younger guys in their 20s, I know how they think because they say, look at Antonio, he 50, he don't know nothing. But I think it's the opposite. You give respect to where respect is due. And it seems to me, Dr. Brown, there was a lot of activities at one time. From an economic position, there was some investments. They went in certain areas, certain neighborhoods to keep the young people busy and keeping their hope alive, giving them access to education and sports and you name it. It just seems like it was just a real push for that. But let me share this with you, Dr. Brown. Do you know the interest that state has with connecting the trails and not just the interest, but the amount of money that they have obtained to connect the trails so that people can freely run from the top of the state all the way down to the bottom. If you felt like Forrest Gump and you wanted to take you a run all the way, they want to make sure you got a clear path, well lit, that you're running on the proper surface. They don't really want you running on stuff that may hurt your ankle and whatnot, well lit. And they want to make sure even the Monti Trail, the one that runs through the east side, they want everything smooth. and they have not talked to any contractors that look like me to get it done, but they got billions of dollars. And let me tell you this, it was expressed that it was a bipartisan effort. I mean, everybody from the Libertarian, the Democrat, the Republican, the Independent, everybody came together because they understood the importance of running down these trails and making sure that the trails are well put together, regardless of the blood that may spill on them through the urban community, or somebody being desperate to snatch one of them off of that trail. I guess that's the lure of it. Hopefully, that will never happen. But look at this interest of Indianapolis of how we're so caught upon entertainment, sports, that we would invest billions of dollars into that, but we can't help people, poor people, particularly African American males, because it seems like we need the most help with the ideal of us not murdering one another. And heard even the police got shot. And so this thing is getting bad. What's your thoughts, Dr. Brown? Okay. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm. Can you say the name of that book again, Dr. Brown? The Miseducation of the Negro. Carter G. Woodson. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Wow. I like when you said that. I like when you said that because Dr. Brown, as I look at this thing, uh, I don't think it's just the white folks that's looking to profit. Um, I was talking with one of our dear mothers today that goes to our church, and she says, Antonio, there's going to be a meeting with pastors, and they're going to be talking about the homicide problem. And I immediately thought, oh my God, um, is this going to work? Because it seems to me that even some of the churches and non-for-profit groups and it's people that look like us as well that are profiting off of this problem. And they get in front of the cameras and news, but they ready for them little mini grants that the city gives out that's not really necessarily significant enough to do anything but make that preacher be quiet. But go right ahead, Dr. Brown. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Discord. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Right. Right. Genocide. Mm-hmm. That's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Another genocide. Mhm. Well, here's what I want to do. We're reaching in about the half hour of the show, and I think we're having a great conversation. Now, see, seems as though Dr. Brown, when I say something about the Democratic Party, or I say something about the mayor, or I say something about the chief of police, then all the lines fill up. How dare you say something, this and that? But then when we talking about black men, don't nobody call in. It really seems as though things is business as usual. And I want to see who's out there who really care about this subject matter, because the reality of it is, if we don't show that we care, we can't make nobody else care. You can say Black Lives Matter all you want, but if it don't really truly matter to you, if we don't look at ourselves internally and say, hey, what's the solution? Because at the end of the day, we got to make some decisions, because it's very obvious that we don't care enough to make our politicians respond. We don't care enough to make our educators respond. We don't care enough to make our pastors respond. We don't care enough to get in the streets and talk to our young people for conflict resolution. So we got to be able to, if a police kill somebody, we out there. But we need to have the same energy of trying to be a village to help the young men, particularly between the ages of 18 to 30, deal with life in a way that they're not picking up a gun and slaughtering someone else. And so our lines, 317-239-1310 is the number to call. If you want to get involved with this show as we move this show forward, feel free to call in 317-239-1310. And we want you to call in with some solutions. We're going to be talking about solutions at the at this half. We want to be talking about some solutions of what we think could help solve the problem, and particularly here in Indianapolis. The east side is a problem. Right behind it, the north side is a problem. And we cannot ignore the fact that black males make up the majority of the killing of each other. We got to just acknowledge that, keep it clear. That's what the statistics say. And we got to be honest and tell the truth about it. All right, look like we got Pastor Willoughby. Did I pronounce that correct? Pastor Willoughby. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Okay. Let me say this, Pastor Willoughby. I know I'm interjecting, but look at this, Doc. all due respect, I'm tired of us talking about what they not going to let us do. Um, at the end of the day, he just entertain me for a second, okay? Like I said, I'm still a young pup coming off the porch. Would you give me a little liberty to share my thought? I could be wrong, but and I appreciate it. But when we look at this from a biblical position, it seems as though the older men have a responsibility to train up the younger men. I mean, this is even true in the animal kingdom. When you talk about the elephants, you remember about the elephants when they took the senior elephants out of the kingdom, animal kingdom, and what the younger elephants started doing, and then they put flew some, I believe, the elephants back from India over into Africa, and then everything began to equal itself out. Of course, we struggle with the presence of strong black men, a lot of them incarcerated in other places. But does that erase, Pastor Willoughby, does that erase the responsibility of the older to train the younger in how to respond in conflict resolution? Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. 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 Yeah, Pastor Wilby, I got one more follow-up question for you, okay? Now look, uh, we just talk this Black Power presents, we always just talk what we believe is true. Now, when you say we get together and do this, it seems as though we had just been giving our vote to the Democratic Party. We I think we even put an agenda together. We met with the mayor. We met with everybody. They came in there. We said, "This is what we want. We want this right here." We had the agenda. We told the mayor, "Look, this is what we want." And and uh and then next thing I know, uh, the mayor gets endorsed by all of us. There was, now I ain't gonna say all of us was in the room, but I'm saying uh, he got 71% of the vote, and we make up 23% of the population. So it's very difficult, I think, for the mayor to win without our consent. But then we give that to him. There's a climbing number of homicides with the chief of police. I think he would like to do something, but I don't know what restraints he got on him. But it just seemed like uh, we don't we say what we want, but you know, it's kind of like calling people to the carpet, and then once you call them to the carpet, then all of a sudden get quiet and go back to business as usual. Now I don't understand why that happens. Can you help me? Because we give it over to the Democrats, we the majority of the Democrat, and then that never happens. Can you help me understand that? Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, right. That makes a point. Now, Dr. Brown, thank you so much, Pastor, for calling in. Okay. We appreciate your time. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Commission on nonviolence. Uh-huh. I like that, Dr. Brown. We need to get together and do that. You know that because let me ask you this real quick because we got Larry on hold. But let me ask you this real quick, Dr. Brown. Uh, Pastor Willoughby said something about applying pressure. Now you got to understand, from my position, I don't know. Pastor Ricky could have a different position. Maybe he's seen something greater than I ever seen. But I have never seen this level of black people coming together applying pressure. I mean, consistently to make something happen. I've seen the pressure come, but I also see the pressure dissipate real quick. Uh huh. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. Mm-hmm. 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 Right. Right. That, you know what? That sounds like some good homework. We got Larry, my good friend Larry, to call in. I appreciate Larry. Hey Larry, how you doing, sir? Go ahead with your comment. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What? Well, thank you for your comment, Larry. Larry always get it popping, Dr. Brown, whether you agree or disagree. Larry has a strong point. And I tell you what, this economic conversation with us working and shopping with one another, as well as you said shopping with one another, Dr. Brown, and then you also said a nonviolent curriculum, right? To create co-ops. Mm-hmm. 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 Right. Well, let me say this, Dr. Brown, because I see a fundamental difference now that we have talked about this. Uh, it seems as though, I ain't gonna say your time, but um, the generations before, it seemed like they had a collaborative desire and goals to get a means to an end. But now it seemed like with my generation and below, it's all about how can I get mine. For example, I was encouraged by one of the local leaders to say, if you join my denomination, that'll get you into the mayor's office and you'll be able to get this and get that. What you're doing to become a lot easier if you just go on and get up under us so you can get in the mayor's office. My thing is, I don't, the mayor doesn't, I don't work for the mayor. The mayor is supposed to work for us. But it's like we have turned it around to give the people in the seats the power instead of keeping the power within ourselves. Because it seemed like when you were saying, Dr. Brown, it requires the people to come together and keep their power. And we have given our power away. And now, we try to start these initiatives to try to get things done, but our leaders have given the power away. Okay. Mm. Mm. Okay. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Hey, well, Dr. Brown, I'm sorry to cut you off. We got like 1 minute left. I wanted to give a little closing remarks for Pastor Ricky because he's really, really quiet. Pastor Ricky, can you give us about 30 seconds and we're going to go ahead. We got to get off the air now. So you see, we need about 2 hours, Dr. Brown. That's what we need, but we're going to work on it. Go ahead, Pastor Ricky, what final comments? Mm-hmm. That's right. And so if you would like to get involved with our church community, Church Indy, you simply go to our website, communitychurchindy.org. Check us out. We have contact information. You can email us at info@communitychurchindy.org. And we would love to have you to be a part of what we're doing. We are actually literally changing lives and things that Dr. Brown is mentioning, as well as Pastor Ricky. We are in the trenches doing what needs to be done. I want to thank every caller that has come on this show and also those who are listening, those who are watching by the way of Facebook and YouTube. Thank you so very much. Please share and prescribe. You've been listening to Black Power Presents, and I have been your host. And have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Memorial Day. God bless you.